Alright guys, this is your boy Tacho here, and today we're playing some Fire Emblem Heroes, and we're finally going to do a Tempest Trials run here. I know I've been putting this off for quite a while, and actually the reason why I've been doing that is because I actually wanted to win the Quickened Pulse seal on camera, and I also didn't use any stamina potions to recover my stamina for this. So it's been an arduous task here of me just slowly but surely grinding away at this and getting as many points as I could until eventually I'd be able to win this on camera. So that's what we're going to do today. As far as my team goes, it's a pretty offensive team here. I've got Reinhardt, Cecilia, Tharja, and Azura there. So basically 3 mages and a dancer. Pretty effective for an offensive team. 2 of them happen to be horses, so they can get the Hone Cavalry buff and really make their stats monstrous. And plus, Cecilia gains a lot from that because she also has the Grand Blade tome. So if I get Hone Cavalry off on her, that's automatically plus 18 added directly to her damage. And then I've got Fortify resistance on Tharja as well to give her even more stats there. And Tharja is a fair Blade Tome user as well. I have Hone Attack on Azura and also the Fortify resistance seal on Azura, so I can buff Tharja quite a bit there. And I also have really good assists as well. I've got Drawback on Cecilia, Reposition on Reinhardt and Tharja, and of course Azura can sing on my units to give them a second turn on the phase. So it's a really offensive team, and that's what I really recommend using here because you have to fight so many opponents. It's pretty much just a gauntlet, and you go through 7 maps and fight however many opponents that show up on the map when they spawn. It's random every time. Sometimes you'll get 3 opponents, sometimes you'll get 4, and I think on the final map you always get 5 opponents. So if you try to bait here, it's really not that effective. You're going to end up taking a lot of hits and losing a lot of health. So unless you want to use a healer, which I would actually say is not the worst idea in the world if you wanted to use a healer for this, I wouldn't really suggest baiting here. Just try to stay on offense and use a bunch of magic users with a dancer to get the best of your opponents. And you're also going to want to have units that can attack consecutively. Like I have Desperation on my Tharja so that she can just hit 2 in a row. And of course Reinhardt has the Dire Thunder Tome, so he can just hit 2 in a row right away. And Cecilia has the Blade Tome and massive buffs from being a horse unit. So she doesn't really need to hit 2 in a row. She can just nuke the field and kill an opponent in 1 hit. So that's pretty much my strategy here, is to basically just kill the opponents before they kill me. Really hyper offensive team there. And it works, so I don't mind using this team at all. As far as other bonus units go, Tharja is a bonus unit, and I would say she's probably the best one out of the bunch, because she's also super effective against the final boss, Veronica, who happens to be a green tome user. Lucina is also pretty good. She's just a really good unit in general, and she's also strong against the final boss. You can also use Robin and Naui, but Naui's a little slow, and the power of Naui comes from her ability to bait. So if you're using a full-on bait team, you'll probably want to have a healer for this. I wouldn't really recommend using Naui though. Maybe on a backup team, because you are allowed to use up to 4 teams for this. So even if you can't get it done with 1 team, you have a chance to make a comeback and use a different team if one of your teams gets wiped out. But overall, my success rate with this team on Tempest Trials is pretty good. I would say maybe about 95% of the time I will win, get a Deathless run, and score the maximum 705 points that you can win. But other than that, I mean, in those 5% times that I do lose, I end up losing maybe 1 or 2 units on this final map here, depending on what actually spawns. Like, it can be really tough if they spawn a Hector with Wary Fighter and a couple of other units. Like, if one of the units has Hone Speed and they give Veronica 4 extra speed, then I can't actually double her with Tharja. So there's just a couple of things that can go wrong here, but for the most part, I can get it done, like I said, about 95% of the time. So it's not too bad. Okay, this is a pretty sticky situation here. I want Tharja to be the one to attack that Veronica, but it's going to be a little tricky getting these units in the right position for me to pull that off. And I was able to do it with the Wings of Mercy and reposition combo there. So there you go. I was able to do a Deathless run and score the maximum points, and I also won the Quickened Pulse seal on camera. So I'm pretty happy about that. That's why I was holding off on doing this for so long. I don't know if I'm going to actually invest stamina potions to win all the rest of those orbs there, but I'll think about it. It is a long grind. I know a lot of people actually are upset about doing that long grind in this, and it is time consuming. It does take a lot of effort, so keep that in mind. But overall though, I do like the mode. I think it's pretty fun, and it adds a little more spark to the game. Just gives you more stuff to dump your stamina in. And coming next is definitely going to be an arena run, because I am in tier 19 and I'm trying to rank up. So anyway, that's it for the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. This is your boy Tacho signing out. So cheers, have a great day, and I hope to see you again next time.